could actually get hold of it. Oh my god, it's that. Right, so his originals were halogen, which just have a connector on the back there, and see that's blocked off. Now this set, obviously we've put halos and we've blacked out the chrome, but they're also Xenon. So we've got the ballast in the bottom and that plug instead. So what you need is what's known as the pigtails, which will connect to there, and then obviously I have to run it to the original power cable. So I'm going to do that now. Disconnect the battery first. On the back here, see that one's blocked off? So that was the original power cable there, but now obviously it runs down to there, so I've got to replace, that's the power for the halogen, so I've basically got to splice that into there, so then it connects down into there. Quite simply, red to red, black to black. I'm going to leave that on so we can put the halogens back on if he wants. Use these T-tap connectors. You haven't got to chop it off, these just clamp on. So by using these you ain't actually got to chop the wire off, these just clamp over to the exposed part. There it is in there, and clamps on. And there you go. Let's see if that's tight enough. See from there? Just now got that. Clamps onto there. Right, so that's my connectors to the original power. Yeah, so that's clamped on now. Pull test. Yeah, like that. There you go. Yeah, so you've still got the original plug. So if you ever want to go back to halogen, you just disconnect that, tape it up, job done. So now this cable will connect to the ballast. Parking attendants trying to put tickets on cars. This clip into there. Boom. Right, let's check how it works before we go any further. So by having this on, as you can see, although it's connected to the battery, it is on. Okay, so it makes no difference. It'll be constantly on. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that box. I thought it would go when it picks up power, but whether the car's unlocked or not, it doesn't make any difference, so I guess you'd have to go to an ACC source. We're not going to do that today, so I'll just have to go to the side lights like normal, put them onto white, but you can actually turn them off with the controller anyway. So I'm going to go to the side lights so at least they're not just constantly draining the battery. Give you a ticket for parking outside the house. Get this side the same. Yellow. And the black one. Let's do a pull test to make sure it don't come off. There we go. Put these back in. Yeah, so keeping that on, so to keep them protected. Okay. Just make sure that's right. There you go. So as his controller box thing off the battery was just powering him continuously, which would drain the battery, I'm going to do what I always do and just run it to the side lights, which means, you know, it's not continuously taking the power, but when you switch your side lights on, then the halos will get power then. So it means in the daytime you can drive around with just your side lights on without the main beam or dip beam, and then you got the halos on the sides then, do you know what I mean? You got the option then. So yeah, same scenario. I'm going to splice into there, not affect the plug, just splice into the cable there, and the halos will get the power from the side lights. So there you go, see, it just slots into that. And then just close that. Just one. Ooh, that's hot. That sun needs to go back away. Yeah, so the good thing about these connectors is you're just jumping into the power and you're not having to cut anything off. The good thing is I've only got to do this to the one side, because you got the box, so we'll see that's going to go into those. You got the box, and then you've got the cables for the halos that run just off this one side. So just put the spades onto these. Yeah, and you see what I mean? Where it pushes the spade down. Just when you squeeze it, it pushes it down. So you can just bend that back out. Blue's for negative, red for live. Take them up. Right, so the wiring ready, the frame's on, getting fixed, got that there, and clean the threads. If they're rusty, it's likely to get stuck. That's fine. So, little locator there. And then a bolt goes through on the car. That's how you bolt it to the car, as well as the bumper slots into those slots in there. Okay, let's get them in. The bolts. Tape to that bit. I'll put stuff around here, just because I want to skag it. So you've got to get these end ones in first. So that goes up there. Do the other side. For comparison. Right, let's check them. Forgot to check the indicators. Both working as well. Right, just going to bolt everything up, get the bumper back on, tidy the cables, and that is it. I will show you the finished results. Yeah, so when you're putting it together, this is what I mean. So that's the rail that I bolted on, and they slot into these bits. So just make sure obviously these sit over the top and these sit over the top of there. So we've got one up there, and then it clips into here as well. There you go, and then the little screw holds that in place. On the top, see it's got that little hole. There is a little locator there, which holds that. Pop there, retainer, and that's it. And then put your thing back on. And these actually hold it together. Now it didn't have, it only had one like here, so I'm gonna see if I can find some, because that's what secures your bumper, basically. Clips. I've got this pack. There you go. That's it, cable's tucked away, everything back together. How's fucking that? Right, so we're across the road, we've got the controller, let's zoom in for you. So, red, green, blue, it's struggling, orange, another green, another blue, yellowy orange, bluey green, purpley, orangey yellow, light blue, purple, yellow, jade, and pink, and a bit of strobe. Yeah, so it's got these modes as well on the side. Yeah. Strobes, flash, fade, that sort of thing. So normally, so when it's just on a colour, these buttons do brightness, but when it's on the mode, it speeds it up. So that, so it flicks through the colours quicker, like. Just off that. So you look even better at night. Obviously the sun being shone directly at it, it's taking it away from it, like. At night time, it's going to look sick. Be bright as fuck.
And the actual headlights, I guess, are going to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's one thing I noticed. You want to get a white full beam bulb. Okay. They're yellow still. Although you like yellow, don't you? I like everything white